Hello everyone, how I get me time revisited. I've done this video before when Inale was a little bit younger, and I think it's time to revisit that and do it again because I do get me time. I actually get a lot of it compared to the average mother, especially the average mother who has children the ages that mine are. Currently, my eldest will be 8 in February. River is 5. She will be 6 in June. Forrest just turned 4. He won't be 5 until October. And Unale will be 2 on March 13th. So they're all under the age of 8. I am unschooling, homeschooling them. Right now they aren't doing a lot of actual curriculum because of the way things are going right now, so on and so forth. I'll do an update on that another time, but Una is right in the middle of a very large leap in her learning and capacities, so I'm kind of navigating the waters with her and not concentrating on having the children do things that they don't choose to do on their own right now. In a few months, when Una has passed this milestone herself, then I'll concentrate more on having them do more actual workbook work or something like that. But for now, I'm not pressing it. I think the best way to answer how I get me time would be to go through what I do during a day on average, and know that I am very unique because since I was quite young, I've had a lot of responsibility. When I was a teen, I woke up at 6 in the morning to milk the goats and feed the animals, feed the children, washing dishes. Everything was done very traditionally. I didn't have a mop. I didn't have a dishwasher. I did all the mopping and brushing the carpets on hands and knees. I had a hand brush that I would brush the carpets with because I wasn't supposed to use the vacuum cleaner. So a lot of stuff was done a great deal more labor intensive than what we do now, or what I do now, a lot more than what I do here in my house because my stuff and things don't require as much work. But I was constantly doing something from one thing to the next to the next to the next. So that's kind of transferred into my life now with my own children, is that I'm always doing something. Another thing that taught me was how to go without sleep, because when I was younger, well, I kind of naturally am like that. Ever since I was very, very small, I remember being awake very, into the wee hours in the morning and then sleeping in the morning. I usually naturally go to sleep around midnight, 1 o'clock to around 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll sleep later. But my children's sleep schedules are just a little bit different than mine. So as an adult, I have learned to go without sleep. I just kind of keep moving. I don't sit down. And I can do just fine on less sleep. After a certain amount of days, if I'm awake for too many consecutive hours, I was awake for 37 hours in one stretch about a week ago. And that got hard. And then I fell asleep for 4 hours, got 4 hours of sleep after the 37, and woke back up and was fine. So I just kind of do fine with less sleep. And eventually it will catch up with me, and I will have to have like a full night's sleep. And then I'll be fine to continue going again. So this is different from the average person. I get a lot done during the time that everybody else is asleep. So here's my day. I usually wake up between 8 and 8:30 in the morning. the first thing I do is feed Una because she is still breastfeeding. So I actually spend a lot of time in the morning breastfeeding her. She has like this full session that she'll do in the morning because she's gone many hours at night without having any milk. So she'll come and get milk and then go play, and come get milk and then go play. And we do that for quite some time in the morning. And it also gives me a chance to sit down and message the people that I message every day, that I chat with every day, and do the checking on the videos. I'm just getting back into the videos, but I was doing checking on the comments every day because sometimes, for some reason, the comments don't come through. So I have to go through all the videos that I've uploaded recently and check the comments. There's several comments that I know I haven't gotten back to, and I apologize for that. And then once that's over, usually my other children are awake yet. So, are awake already. Sorry. They weren't awake before. Anyway, they'll be awake at that point, and I will get up and make them some breakfast. If they want me to make them some breakfast, my children are very independent, and a lot of times they'll just come in and get whatever they want. If they want me to make them some breakfast, I'll get up and do that. And I take a bath almost daily. This is one of the, I suppose you could call it a ritual. It's something that I do, I suppose you just call it a ritual. It's something that I do for myself that is a me time kind of thing. And you're probably asking at this point, how do you do that with your other kid without the other kids getting in the tub? The only one that gets to the tub with me is the baby at this point. They're very loud. So she'll get in with me until she gets tired of being in there, and then she'll get out to play with the other kids. So I don't spend the entire bath with her in the tub with me.
Honey? Was holding around the kitten's neck.
Okay, so you deal with it.
That one.
Yeah, that's Duchess, honey.
Duchess? But give me Duchess.
I'm sorry they're being so loud. I apologize for that. So she's not in the bath with me the whole time. So I do get that time that is me time. And then when I get out, I also consider that me time. You just basically take every little bit of time that you can get without the kids. And everybody who's a mother knows it's hard to go in the bathroom, do anything, go pee, anything, without them coming and sitting there and waiting for you. This is something I did to my mother, something my kids do to me. But they don't do it all of the time. Normally while I'm taking my bath and while I'm doing my coconut oil and everything, because I'll do my full skincare thing and coconut oil my body because of the stretch marks. And normally they leave me alone during that time. It's hardly ever that they come and bug me during the time that I'm doing that. They kind of leave me alone. Then I'll come back out, usually spend a little bit more time at the computer, give the baby some more milk, maybe she'll go down for a nap, I do videos, wash dishes. A pretty average mother's life, but I'm constantly busy. And then once they go to sleep at night, I usually have a couple of hours almost where they're asleep and I can do almost everything that I want. I can't turn lights on, so it's hard to paint or do anything that requires a lot of lighting. For some reason the lights wake up my kids. And I can't, I can't go anywhere because of course they would wake up and I wouldn't be here to help them or deal with that. But I actually get a lot of me time. I get time to just come and sit in the kitchen and have a cup of tea. Lavender's getting older. She's able to help more with the children. She can take Una in and give her a little bath and put her diaper on her. Yeah, I do have to keep her attention focused. She gets distracted really easy, so I will be telling her every 5 minutes to do this yet, do this yet, because she will end up standing there staring at the computer or something. But she's getting better and better at it. and she can do it. She just needs the reminders all the time. I guess you could call that nagging, but she doesn't mind, and it gets done what needs to be done. I don't know what else to add in there. You know, after I did the kids' afternoon stuff, a lot of times I will feed them before Mark gets home around 4:30 or 5 o'clock. And then they'll eat again before they go to bed, because my kids go to sleep really late, especially in the winter with the dark hours taking so much of the day that the dark hours are very, very long. So they get a little confused about when time to sleep is. And they stay awake a lot later in the winter, which doesn't bother me at all, because of course I'm a night owl. Like I mentioned. And Mark gets home and I feed him. I eat separately because I'm vegan and he's not. So I'll do my own, and that's kind of the way it goes. In the evening the kids play and Mark uses the computer. He plays video games and watches TV in the evening. That's like his thing. The only other thing he really does is go out to the garage and work on he's a, I don't know, what do you call him, chainsaw repairman. He gets chainsaws that people gives him, and he'll fix them and then resell them. A lot of times people don't want to pay for the parts, and he can get the parts second-hand or from the junkyard or something and fix it real cheap and easy, and then he'll resell them. So it's kind of like his hobby, but most of the time he's in here playing video games or watching something on the TV. And that's the way it goes around here. There's actually a lot of time that I spend by myself, just like the time I spend making videos. I mean, she only interrupted me the one time. And the reason is because Mark brought home kittens today. He came home at an odd time with this mysterious box. They found 2 little fluffy kittens hiding in the hay at work where they store it. And one of their stray cats had kittens. They're actually too young to be separated, but I'm going to see if they will eat wet food and see if they'll go in a litter box, and we'll go from there, because Mark didn't want him taking him to the shelter. Anyway, I hope that answered that question well enough, because things have changed a little. Una is very independent for an almost 2-year-old. She actually spends most of her time playing with her brothers and sisters instead of attached to me. So, and she just kind of does things on her own. She takes care of things on her own. If she's hungry, she will actually go to the refrigerator, open it, and show me what she wants to eat. So she's not talking, but she gets what she wants, what she needs communicated very well. She's really good at that. And she's not fussy or whiny or anything like that. She's just really good at being independent and communicating what she needs to eat and what she needs to do. So she's going to be a very interesting person when she grows up. I'm loving watching her grow and change. I'll do an update separately on her at some point in time. But that video was really long too. I'm sorry for talking so long, everybody. It's been a long time since I've made videos, and this was a good subject. I hope all of those questions were answered in that, how I get time to myself, because it's actually not that hard, but having independent kids makes a big difference. It really does. But I never stop. I'm always doing something, always moving around, and just the fact that I'm different from, need a different amount of sleep and so on and so forth, it kind of changes things up a little bit there. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'm going to try to finish mine out. It is getting dark. I'm losing daylight. I hate all the winter dark hours and the cold and everything, but I can handle it, right? Bye guys.